Good day, Mr. Kaiser.
Yeah.
Welcome on the show, and it's good to have you today. We're glad that you accepted to come for this interview. And so, what have you been up to with your career thus far?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. William. I'm very grateful that you invited me over to appear on your show. When it comes to my career, right, I believe in taking things slow and doing it the right way. So I'm really trying to push my career forward. I have a new project which is still under construction as it is right now, and hopefully I'm going to release it soon. I believe when I do, everybody's going to enjoy from the piece.
Okay, that's a good one. So we shall be expecting to hear uh, what you have been cooking in the kitchen all this while, and we know that it's always good whenever it's coming from you. And as also we know that you are a great supporter of Pan Africanism, and with the recent uprise in uh, in racial discrimination, and the the sudden deaths of Africans in America and other places in the world. How do you think that this affects Africa as a whole?
Well, first of all, I would like to say we need to make this whole thing broad. I say when we are trying to talk about racial discrimination and we make mention of Africans, I would want to say if you say Africans, then you have limit the whole thing. I would rather prefer we say blacks all around the world. But if you are referring to blacks all around the world to be Africans, that's a very good one. So I don't really know from what we are living right now. I think there is something that we need to do. This is from my own point of view, in order to help reduce or curb the aspect of racism or racial discrimination, as you put it. One thing that we need to do is we need to see how we can build ourselves as Africans, and this is how we are going to do it. If you go back through history, through time, you see that the Chinese people were also suffering like we were suffering before, like we are suffering right now. So what they did is amazing. They had to build their home. So if you ask me, I believe we as Africans, black Africans, Pan-Africanists, what we need to do now is to focus our energy in order to build our home, because my philosophy is simple. If you have a solid background, if you have a solid foundation, your building is going to stand. I think if we all, blacks all around the world, decide to build a home, which is Africa, then we are going to protect our race everywhere. Because, take for instance, if you have a big name in your nation politically and your son is out there, even if your son is in danger, the first thing they're going to take into consideration is the family name. Like, where are you coming from? So where you coming from matters. And we all blacks are from Africa. So in order for us to gain security, worldwide security, I think we need to make Africa strong. So before you are being discriminated, they ought to think You know, they'll have to think, they'll have to reflect like, okay, fine, he's coming from a very solid background, because if you put two things into question, if you put an African or an African American and a Chinese, or maybe an African and a Chinese in America, if they both commit the same crime, quote unquote, their punishments is not really going to be the same. The way they handle them, the way they treat them, is not really going to be the same. The reason being, the blacks do not really have a home. You know, there is no solid background. When you talk about Africa, they look down on us because we do not have a solid background. But they are going to handle the Chinese, the Chinese national, Chinese American with care, because they are